Hey gang, it's Chris, and you hear me talk some on the podcast about the Antonio Brown phylum. What's the Antonio Brown phylum? It's a particular kind of receiver that usually turns out to be really, really good. And I don't know that I've ever really tried to, on film for the public, define what it is, and maybe it's the kind of thing you know it when you see it. I'm going to show you some players today, and I think you'll know it when you see it. We're talking about great speed, great acceleration off the dead stop, great change of direction, really just sort of ballers, really good hands, often littler guys because they're really fast and really, really quick. Antonio Brown being the forerunner of those. But I'm going to do my best to see if I can list the group that I think belongs in 2021 based on 2020 film. At this point in his career, Antonio Brown probably isn't in the Antonio Brown phylum, but just a few years ago, he was doing stuff like this. A strong release against press man. You can't bump me. Gets a sliver of space and has the trust of his quarterback to the point where they'll just throw it. And Brown showed crazy body control to make that catch. We could easily do a full show just on great Antonio Brown plays from the past decade. Watch him before the snap as he looks over and sees the deep safety. Oh, buddy, you're going to stay over there? I am very cool with that. And then the speed, the release, the hands. He's slowed down some. He's not the same guy. He's become kind of a weird guy. But in his prime, he was amazing. I guess you probably get it. That's some of what we'll be looking for over the course of this video. A couple guys you're not going to see. Odell Beckham, certainly. A charter member of the phylum from many years. But coming back from a torn ACL, I think we need to see it before we believe it. And T.Y. Hilton, in the past, thought he definitely belonged, but it's felt like he slowed down a little bit last year as well. All right, let's dig into the players who I do have in the group. Well, yeah, Tyreek Hill. Yeah, duh. Just kind of different kind of dude. His speed, his change of direction on the dead run, they just sort of speak for themselves. Like you're giving him a cushion here by normal standards, but let's just say it won't wind up being enough. All he has to do to sell the out is just turn his head a little bit. Just, run that way. And the instant the defensive back sees him do anything, afterburn is engaged, he's gone. Here, Hill is split wide right, bottom of your screen. There's a single safety high, so Mahomes and Hill both know, because it's an outbreaking route, it's going to be single coverage. And that means that ball is getting thrown. It's pure green light. There's no circumstance where this ball isn't getting to Hill, and it's really not bad coverage. The corner overcomes getting bumped by his own guy, but with Hill, there's always a window, and he goes up and he gets it. This is the one from Hill I picked out that really has it all. This looks so much like Antonio Brown in his heyday. Hill's top of your screen, a hopping sudden release to get the DB off balance, fight through the illegal press, showing some strength, burning past the guy, and then for good measure, it's actually not a go route, it's an out, and the DB's so busy yelling at the ref or something, trying to catch up, he's got no chance of adjusting to the out, and Hill makes the throw easy, right? He's open by 5 yards. There's a reason we've loved Stephon Diggs on the podcast for a very long time, and that's because he very clearly is in the phylum as well. Watch this ridiculous route on a 3rd and 5. He is a technician. Top of the screen, we'll show it to you. How'd you like to have to contend with that footwork? He is a technician. That Antonio Brown used to be that way too. Just impossible to stay with Stephon Diggs even in a phone booth. Here, Diggs is split narrow on the right side, and I want you to watch the shake that he gives the defensive back to make him hesitate, like flinch and hesitate in the middle of the route. Most humans couldn't make that little shake there, that hesitation, without their bodies spontaneously exploding, and it's just impossible. Part of the time he will break off that route and make easy separation on something shorter, so you don't know what he's going to do. This time he goes deep. By the time the ball gets there, he's 2 yards ahead. Now Diggs is to the formation right, bottom of your screen. He's the best route runner in the league. He probably isn't as fast as Tyreek Hill. In fact, I know he's not. But his quickness is amazing, and he's just smart and polished. Everything gets done with a purpose. Every foot, every step of his feet. Before you know it, you're getting turned around. When you're in the phylum, I got to tell you, defense can try, but there's not a lot they can do. When that's the route, what are you going to do? Okay, next up, Tyler Lockett. We've shown you him on the channel lately, one of my flag players for this year. Draft him if you can for fantasy. First play of the game, wide left, bottom of your screen. Patrick Peterson, pretty intimidating in man coverage, walks right up to get the bump at the line. A lot of receivers do not come back from this kind of two-handed shove. Lockett's a burner. He gets back going again. He's slower than Peterson to start with, but he accelerates and he gets himself a sliver of space. And then what makes me think Antonio Brown would do this back in the day, because he did it a bunch, a one-handed catch, that's a wow. Here Lockett is wide right or narrow right. It's an audible. We can see him leaning in to get the call. It seems pretty clear to me this is audible as a two-way go. Russell Wilson has seen a single safety. He's seen the potential for a blitz, and he's probably audibled away from a run into a pass, and a two-way go that lets Lockett decide how the defender's playing him, and at the snap, Lockett hesitates and feels his man playing to the outside, and DK Metcalf has run the other way, so Lockett hesitates and then accelerates away, cutting off a 1 foot. So much of what these guys do with their routes is hesitating and then exploding, and it's a big gain. And this one, he's wide right, tight split again. You get the shake. It's a 4th and 2. That corner is bigger than Lockett. You can see he'd like to reach out and bump him, but the move kind of gets the defender over his skis, right? And it allows Lockett, who's still on balance, to sort of swim underneath and run the cross. And then it's a great balloon of a throw. And meanwhile, Lockett is accelerating away. Just if you're in a foot race, you're going to lose. Makes a crazy toe tap that winds up counting for the 4th down touchdown. A quick break to say the NFL is back, and DraftKings Sportsbook is giving all new players a can't-miss offer for Week 1. Get this. Bet just $1 on any NFL game during the first week of the season. They'll give you $200 in free bets instantly, no matter what. You heard it right. All new players get $200 in free bets instantly, as in do it right now, you'll get $200 in free bets when you place a bet of $1 or more on any Week 1 game. DraftKings is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. All you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the promo code HarrisTube to get $200 in free bets when you place a $1 bet on any Week 1 game. Promo code HarrisTube. Enter it once you download that DraftKings Sportsbook app to get your first $200 in free bets instantly for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Okay, we're back, and so far we've shown you some pretty good players, some made guys, some dudes you're not really having a lot of question about. Okay, great, they're in this thing you're calling a phylum, terrific. All I know is they're fantastic receivers. I do think, though, that there's some things that kind of unite them, and I've got a couple more guys here who you're not questioning, but they're a little earlier in their careers or just maybe have proved a little bit less, and yet I still think they very much belong in the phylum. I'll start you out with a dude who was a rookie last year, Justin Jefferson. His rookie year was amazing. He looked like Diggs in the uniform. He split wide right. Watch the route. Kyle Fuller is on him. He gets to the top of his route, Jefferson does, gives a subtle little lean like he's going post, and Fuller doesn't really buy it, but that's okay, because Fuller doesn't know the stop is coming. And Jefferson just wills himself open coming back to the ball. Just, again, such intentional footwork for such a young kid. Here he's split wide left, and how do you get a press corner off of you? By being intentional with footwork and just really sudden. Coming into the league with this kind of footwork, being able to execute, create this kind of separation with man coverage directly over you, just inventing 3 yards of space like that and making the throw easy. This is why stat production isn't all the same. It's possible for a receiver to benefit from surroundings and have a peak year with a great quarterback or just a great offense. Jefferson being able to do this kind of stuff is going to translate every year. Here he's wide left, top of your screen, that hop step that gets the route going by making Malcolm Butler a pretty good corner. Just pause a little bit and then go. And I'm not going to put Jefferson's speed at an A+ either. It's probably more like a B+, which is probably what Stephon Diggs is too. But like all these guys we're talking about today, he's incredibly competitive at the point of the catch. He gives you a better than even chance to just go get it. And all this was from his rookie year. He is going to be great. Next, Diontae Johnson. He gets to wear the same uniform as Antonio Brown, and man, does he ever look like him when he plays. This one he's split wide right, and this is zone. Look at that secondary. This is playing back. A go route is not supposed to work against this defense, but Johnson, you'll see a little hitch to freeze the defender for just a second and then just go, and that is a sick diving catch on the dead run that would make AB proud. This one he split wide left, top of your screen. At the snap, he gives you the hesitation hop, and then he bends to the outside like, this is a dead sprint. Good luck, I'm running past you, which you know he could do. He could run past you, but when he hits his mark, he turns, gives a little push, pulls it back to the inside to show his numbers to the quarterback, and he's, again, created separation out of nothing. And then I'll just throw this one in to show you how these guys string together moves on different plays in the same game. Exact same setup, same move at the snap, but now Johnson wants to go, so he does. He just goes. See how much faster he looks here than the last one when he wasn't really trying to? Easily pulls away and then cuts hard off of 1 foot to the inside to turn it into a deep in-breaking route. Filthy and uncoverable. And then I want more Diontae Johnson appreciation after the catch. If this looks like anyone you remember from the recent past, if I slapped an 84 on his uniform and told you it was from like a half decade ago, you'd go, oh, wow. You know, that knack for, like, first of all, spinning around to catch a ball thrown hard but inaccurately behind him, and then being springy and athletic enough to plant 1 foot and lunge sideways with all his weight and make the guy miss so he can keep going. Of course that looks like Antonio Brown. Okay, so, again, I don't think you're completely shocked that Justin Jefferson, Diontae Johnson, young stars, you're not totally shocked they're in the phylum, though I hope you think it's fun to watch them and see what unites all of these receivers. Now I'm going to wrap it up with two players who probably aren't there yet. Probably not quite in the phylum, but I see enough raw materials. Let's take a look. Maybe we'll start to see some future phylum members. Marquise Brown. They call him Hollywood, split wide right here. Just watch how fast this kid is. He's actually close to Tyreek Hill speed, I think. He has a way of putting his head down, so when the DB sees his head go down, it must be a go, and then just effortless to cut off the route and be 5 yards open down the field, once again presenting a great and easy target. But I will admit, of the guys we've mentioned so far, Brown isn't the footwork dude that the others on this list have been, not yet. Here he's wide left. This is pure shove-you-in-the-face bump coverage, and the DB does a good job getting his hands on Brown, and Brown gives a little hitch there about 5 yards into the route, just to look back as though it's a comeback route, but it's a pure go, and there aren't any defenders who can run with Hollywood. So this isn't about footwork. He just separates from everyone, and there's the long completion. And all these guys are all deadly in the open field. You know, I'm not going to call this one an extraordinary route. This is cover 2, soft, just trying to keep everything in front of the defense. Brown is wide right, top of the screen, and finds the turkey hole behind the corner in front of the safety. But watch him with the ball in his hands. You know, he jumps to make the safety miss, and he's off. Here we go. And the other safety has an angle on him, but zip to the inside, zip back to the outside. These guys all have a way of looking like this sort of same thing of just wow in the open field. And finally, I'm not saying he's in the phylum, but I give Darnell Mooney a crack at it, kind of like I give Hollywood Brown. He's wide left here, but narrow split. He takes off the Lions corner there. He's going to wind up having him in man and have a single deep safety to help him. So he shouldn't be that nervous about a go route, but look at Darnell Mooney run. He's nervous. That corner is nervous, and Mooney stops short, and he's wide open for an easy 20-yard throw. As with Brown, I'll be honest, Mooney hasn't shown every phylum trait yet, and he doesn't have many blow-you-away routes on his rookie tape, but I watched it all back again for this, and you occasionally see shakes like this that make you dream of more of it to come. It's not like he faced press man out of the right slot on this play, but you see the dream shake to get him wide open on a little out. I think and hope that skill is transferable to some of the stuff that we've seen the veterans do in this video. He didn't do it a ton last year. And then let's just see his ball skills on the deep route. Mooney doesn't really do anything amazing on the route, threads his way through 3 levels of the defense, gets the Trubisky bomb, and goes up and makes an incredible catch. Again, Darnell Mooney, he isn't there yet. But if there's excitement about him for 2021, it's that you can see some of the raw materials that make some of these older players that we've been talking about amazing. Well, that was fun. An exercise in trying to pick out a certain kind of receiver. It's not like that's the only good kind of receiver there is. Like, I wouldn't put DK Metcalf in this group because he's not quite as, like, sharp cutting and maneuverable, but I sure do think DK Metcalf's going to be a superstar, maybe the future best receiver in the league. So it's not like this is the only kind of receiver that's good, but it is a very, very fun kind, and hope you enjoyed seeing film on some of them. Now, if there are players that you think maybe I missed. Love to hear about them down in the comments. And we very much thank you for watching this video. Thanks so much for watching. Please, please, please smash that like button, write a comment, tell us who else you'd like to see us review film on, and of course, best of all, please subscribe to our channel and then click that little bell above the subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever we post a new video.